In the first video of Lesson 2 of Section 4 in Unit 6, our focus will be on algebraically solving linear equations of the form ax equals b, which means a times x equals b, where a and b are whole numbers. Recall, to solve, we are isolating the variable in order to determine its value. We're getting that variable all by itself. In the previous lesson, the examples provided demonstrated the importance of recognizing that addition and subtraction are opposite operations. In this video and the next, we use the idea of multiplication and division being opposite operations. Now we examine linear equations of the form ax equals b, or a times x equals b, where a and b are whole numbers. Here's our first example. Solve for x. We have 4x equals 20, which means that 4 times x, or 4 multiplied by x. And the reason why I'm putting that down is because we need to do the opposite operation. In order to get our variable x all by itself, we have to do the opposite to multiplication, the opposite to times, and the opposite is division. So I take my 4x and I divide by 4. Instead of 4 times, I go divided by 4. And whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So on the right-hand side, we get 20 divided by 4. If you think about this now, 4 divided by 4, anything divided by itself is 1. 4 divided by 4, that just gives us the 1 out in front of the x. And we don't make it a practice of writing down that 1 in front of our variable. It's understood to be there. So we just get an x. It's isolated. It's by itself. So now we just need to calculate 20 divided by 4. We're grouping 20, putting 20 into 4 equal groups. That will give us 5 in a group. X equals 5 is our solution. Verify 4x, 20. In place of the x, we just found x to be 5. So it's 4 times 5, 20. Most definitely. X equals 5 is our solution. Solve for f. My variable here is on the right-hand side. If you wish to do the flip-flop that we've talked about, you could write down 8f equals 56. As I said before, some people like to have the variable on the left-hand side, but we can solve this equation as is. This means 8 multiplied by f. The opposite of multiplying by 8 is dividing by 8. So we're going to divide the right-hand side by 8, which means I have to divide the left-hand side by 8. 8 divided by 8, that anything divided by itself gives us 1. So I just have 1f, and 56 divided by 8 is 7. So therefore, f equals 7. If I verify, 56, 8f, in place of the f, we put our 7, and 56 does equal 8 times 7, which is 56. F equals 7, correct. One more example, 10w equals 500. The variable that we have to isolate is w. I have 10 times in front of it. The opposite of multiplying by 10 is dividing by 10. If I divide the left by 10, I divide the right by 10. 10 divided by 10, that gives us our 1. So just 1w. 500 divided by 10 is 50. If I verify, 10w, 500. In place of the w, I put 50. 10 times 50 is 500. So we have verified our solution. And now I'd like you to proceed to the next video in this lesson.